What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a new transfer episode today. What we're going to be covering today is going to be free agents and players that have contracts expiring at the end of the season. So as of today, January 1st, and by the way, Happy New Year, they can officially start talking to new clubs. But yeah, very quickly before we get started, if you could do the good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button, and also press that bell notification, that would be greatly appreciated. And finally, drop a comment below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. And also, I forgot to mention, if you missed yesterday's video, it will be down below in the description box. So we'll start off today with the free agents, players that currently do not have a club. So starting off, we have the newest addition to the free agents pool. That is going to be Spanish forward Diego Costa, and that's following his release from Atletico Madrid. Now, there are some clauses saying that if he joins the likes of, I think it's Sevilla, Barca or Real Madrid, he has like a €25 million fine. So that won't be happening. But there are a few rumours saying he could be going to Arsenal, Juventus. There's a lot of interest in him. Then we move on to Daniel Sturridge and also Jack Wilshere. Wilshere and Sturridge, of course, have been known for having a lot of injury troubles throughout their careers, and that could be why they currently don't have a club. Sturridge also recently served a betting ban, but now is free to join a side. Jesse Rodriguez used to be dubbed a wonder kid back at Real Madrid, but that PSG move for him didn't work out whatsoever. There are rumours saying he could be returning to La Liga, and also teams in Saudi Arabia are showing an interest. Then we have got Ezekiel Garay, who recently in the media has been linked to Liverpool and Barcelona. He's been without a side since the summer transfer window, and a very, very experienced defender, but also, I believe, very injury prone. Former Juventus frontman Mario Mandzukic is up next, and he's a player that had a very, very short stint in Qatar that was playing for Al Dahail. He left the side back in July of 2020, and a very experienced forward, and it could be a very useful addition to a few sides. And the final two players are going to be former Chelsea men and former Brazil internationals. So Alexandre Pato and also Ramirez. Ramirez hasn't had a club since leaving, I believe it was Palmeiras, correct me if I'm wrong here. And Alexandre Pato is still crazy that he's just 30 years old. Or 31 should I say, and his last club was Sao Paulo. Before that he was playing in China. And now we're going to move on to players that have got contracts expiring at the end of this current season. So as of today, they can speak to new clubs and arrange a pre-contract agreement. That, or they could leave for a very, very reduced fee. So first up, we have got Jonny Evans. And by the way, I want to point out that a lot of these may actually sign contract extensions, but as of right now, they haven't. But yeah, back onto Jonny Evans, a very, very experienced Premier League defender, playing for the likes of Leicester City and doing very well for them, and before that with Manchester United. Now, I imagine Leicester do want to tie him down to a new contract, so he may stay with the Foxes. Then we have Olivier Giroud, a player that I think is a fantastic striker still. He's still proving that for Chelsea. And there have always been rumours saying he could be going back to France, he could be going to Spain or Italy. In particular, the main rumour was Inter Milan. But given how he's scoring a lot of important goals for Chelsea this season, I would be very surprised if they let him go. Then we have a man that I think definitely will be leaving, and that is Mesut Ozil. He may well move in this January window, or he could leave out and basically see out his contract at the Emirates. There are rumours saying he could be going to the MLS, to DC United, but the most recent rumour was, of course, to FENERBAHCE. Then we have got David Luiz, and he's a player that has come under a lot of criticism, of course, due to his performances for Arsenal, and whether they decide to extend his contract even further or not, that remains to be seen. A Manchester United player is up next, and that is Juan Mata. He's been a fantastic player since joining the Premier League about a decade ago now, maybe just short of that from Valencia. And for Chelsea and Man United, obviously his game time now is nowhere near what it used to be, but he's still a very, very good technical player. A player that a lot of us may know just from FIFA Ultimate Team purposes is going to be Lala. He's a right back that plays for Strasbourg in Ligue 1, and I can't say I've watched much of him personally, but I know he was linked to likes of Paris Saint-Germain and a few Premier League sides 1 year ago. Real Madrid's Lucas Vasquez is up next, and he's a player that I personally don't rate massively, but I know he's also a very reliable player, can play a few positions. I think even playing right back this season for Real Madrid. Then we have Jesse Lingard, and I imagine a lot of United fans do want to see him go because I think he's on quite a big wage and he doesn't really play whatsoever nowadays. But there are also rumours saying United will activate an extension in his contract. It won't be to make him stay, it's just so they can get some kind of fee out of him. Then we have a world-class midfielder in Luka Modric, and despite being 35, he is still a fantastic player and would be a great addition to any team if they want to sign him, though the rumours right now are suggesting Real Madrid, they want to keep him on. Joshua King is up next of Bournemouth, currently in the Championship. He was very close to a move to the Premier League during the summer transfer window. The likes of West Ham, Tottenham are even linked to him. And if you go back 1 year ago to January 2019, or January 2020 shall I say, he nearly rejoined Manchester United. Then we have another Leicester player this time, and that is Demarai Gray. Now, I think Brendan Rodgers has said publicly that Demarai Gray can move on, and they will probably look to cash in on him in the January window. So no extension for him, and I doubt he'll go on a free either. The third Arsenal player featuring is going to be Mustafi. There were rumours suggesting that his agent was in Barcelona talking about a potential move to the Camp Nou, though they were quickly shot down. And for Mustafi, obviously again like David Luiz comes under a lot of criticism, Arsenal may look to move him on. A player which has only been at Old Trafford for just a few months is going to be Edinson Cavani, but when he first signed initially on a free deal from Paris Saint-Germain, it was just a 1 year contract. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already publicly spoken saying that he wants to extend it by a further year. He might even get a 2 year extension. And for whatever reason, he isn't actually on FIFA Ultimate Team right now. I know he joined late, but yeah, he's still not been added. I expect he will be added in the next couple of weeks. Then we have a World Cup winner in Jerome Boateng. Now, there are always speculations saying that he could be leaving Bayern Munich. This might finally be the summer that actually happens. Unfortunately, alongside his great ability of being a great defender, he does also have a pretty poor injury record. Now, a lot of teams may also benefit from having him in their squad because, again, a very experienced defender, a World Cup winner, and won many titles. Then we have got a Napoli right back, and that is Husai. He has been linked to the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United over the last couple of years, but a move never materialised. One of the biggest names on this list is going to be Sergio Ramos, and just like Luka Modric, of course he is getting on now at Real Madrid, but he is their club captain and they very much want him to stay. Like, he is 34 years old now, but he is still one of the best defenders in world football, and you can understand why a lot of teams would want him, but I imagine a stay at the Santiago Bernabeu is the most likely outcome. Another Spaniard is going to be Juan Bernat. He made the switch from Bayern to PSG a few years ago. Unsure in his situation right now. Is he going to move on? As I keep saying, we'll have to wait and see. And he is still only 27. Manchester City's Eric Garcia is up next, a young Spanish defender being just 19 years old, and it looks like pretty much certain now he will end up back at Barcelona at some point. He was very close to making the switch during the summer window, but nothing went through there, and they might have even waited 1 more year to get him on a free. And now a Barca player which has got a contract expiring, and it's another youngster being 21-year-old midfielder Riqui Puig. Sorry if I say his name wrong. But he has been linked to the likes of Leeds United in the last couple of weeks, but it looks like Ronald Koeman, he wants him to sign an extension. Porto forward Moussa Marega is the next player, and he's 29 years old, has been linked to a Premier League move now for a few years, but still has got a market valuation of about £18 million. Henry Mkhitaryan of Roma, the former Arsenal man, former Manchester United, and former Borussia Dortmund. He has found some unbelievable form in Serie A since joining the capital side, and he has got a market valuation just like Marega of 18 million. And because of his current form, I imagine Roma very much want him to stay. A striker who is very close to joining Juventus in the summer window is going to be Milik. His contract at Napoli is expiring at the end of the year, and his valuation is still £20 million. He's just 26 years old, and there are rumours saying that Napoli want about €15 million for him. Then we have got Julian Draxler, and he's a player that obviously has had a good career in regards to what teams he's played for and the titles he's won, but I never really feel like he's reached his potential. He will be on the market as a free agent in just a few months' time, and will he finally get a move to the Premier League? I think he might do. Marseille's Thauvin is up next, and he's a player that signed a contract extension just 1 year ago. That's so Marseille managed to get some kind of fee for him. And there will be a lot of interest there. I think Sevilla are in the running for him, and also AC Milan. Then we have got PSG's Angel Di Maria. He is 32 years old now, but still valued at about 30 million euros. And my guess is that PSG do want him to stay. If they don't manage to keep hold of him, it does free up some wages. Now we have AC Milan star Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He's had a fantastic season at the San Siro, and because of that, AC Milan really want to keep hold of him. His most recent market valuation was up to 33 million euros a couple days ago, and there were rumours saying Manchester United want him. Sergio Aguero is the next player we're talking about, and the Manchester City icon. There are rumours saying that they haven't even started talks regarding an extension just yet, but my guess is that City would want him to stay, and despite him having some injury issues, he's still a world-class forward. And who knows, maybe even a return to Atletico Madrid could be on the cards. They just managed to get Diego Costa off their books, and bringing Sergio Aguero back in on maybe a free transfer, it could be very beneficial for them. And he could be a very good player for Joao Felix to learn off. Then we move on to Gini Wijnaldum, one of the most valuable players in this whole list so far, and obviously I'm going by market value going upwards, but Wijnaldum is still valued at 40 million euros. He's just turned 30, and I think it's still a brilliant player for us. He's just so reliable. He can play pretty much every game non-stop, and he can also play a variety of different positions. For Liverpool example, plays a lot deeper, but if you watch him for the Dutch national team, he's always scoring so many goals. We should find out in the next couple of days whether he's going to stay at Anfield or decide to move on, and if he does go, the most likely destination for him will be Barcelona. And the same applies to Memphis Depay. There are rumours that Lyon are asking for just 5 million in this winter transfer window to let him go, because they'd rather get a very small fee than lose him for nothing. And if he does go, a lot of teams will be interested, but I can see him going to Barca. One of the best young goalkeepers in world football is 21-year-old Gianluigi Donnarumma. He's valued at 60 million euros, and Mino Raiola has said that Milan want him to stay. The future for him is looking pretty much sure to stay at the San Siro. But who knows what you can trust with Mino Raiola nowadays, because he says a lot of stuff in the media and tends to fool a lot of people. Then we have got a great defender in David Alaba. He can play a variety of different positions, including left back, centre back and in midfield, and right now the most likely team to go to is Real Madrid. The likes of Manchester United, Man City, Chelsea, Barcelona, they're also showing an interest. Bayern Munich really wanted him to stay, but unfortunately they couldn't match his wage demands. And the final player is going to be Lionel Messi. Now, this last year or so at Barca has been very controversial due to the whole situation at the club and how it's been run with the president and whatnot. He was very close to a move away from the Catalan side in the summer window, with the likes of Man City all interested, and also PSG. Now, whether he decides to cut ties and actually leave on a free in this coming year or these coming months, we'll have to wait and see. But if he does, it could be the most interesting transfer saga of all time. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and drop a comment below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. So thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.